to explain about modal auxiliaries. What are modal auxiliaries? Modal auxiliaries are also sometimes called modal verbs or modals. The definitions of modal auxiliary is a verb that is used with another verb to express a mood or tense. Modal verbs, as the name implies, are auxiliary verbs that are used to do so. In English, we have 11 modal verbs. They are can, could, will, would, shall, should, ought to, might, must, used to, need, and dare. The main modal verbs in English are in alphabetical order: can, could, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. The modal verbs have no conjugation. You will not find forms with ed or ing endings or infinitive, and like all auxiliary verbs, they accompany another verb, but with the particularity that in their case they are never used alone and only serve to express an attitude regarding what you want to communicate, such as ability, possibility, need, or obligation, among others. Next explanation about form. Di sini ada positif, rumusnya subjek plus modal plus bare infinitive. Setelah modal itu pasti menggunakan bare infinitive atau verb 1. For the example, we must go now. Subjek we, modalnya must, go itu adalah bare infinitive. For negative sentence, subject plus modal plus not plus bare infinitive. For the example, you shouldn't go to bed so late. Shouldn't, modalnya ada should ditambah not. Oke, next untuk interrogative sentence, rumusnya adalah modal plus subject plus bare infinitive. Can you help me? This is for the example-nya ya. Can you help me? Can adalah modal, you adalah subjek, dan help adalah bare infinitive. Kemudian short answer itu subject plus modal auxiliaries. Misal ada pertanyaan tadi, can you help me? Kamu bisa langsung jawab, yes, I can. Kayak gitu. Kemudian modal auxiliaries always stay the same. They cannot be put into different tenses, used as infinitives, used as gerunds or present participles. Gitu. Jadi nggak bisa nih dimasukkan ke dalam tenses yang berbeda, kemudian digunakan sebagai infinitif, kemudian digunakan sebagai gerund atau present participle. Kemudian ada 3 easiest ways in use as is, don't change. Use base verb after modal, don't used to. Kemudian use not after modals when negative sentence.
Ability. Can, could, be able. Can or present or future, and could or past refer to a general ability to do something. Can is also used to refer to an ability to do something specific at a time in the future. Can and could refer to the ability to do something, but not to the doing of it. We use can or be able to talk about ability. For the example, he could read when he was 4. Can and could merujuk kepada kemampuan umum untuk melakukan sesuatu. Can juga digunakan untuk melakukan sesuatu yang spesifik pada waktu di masa depan. Contohnya, she can sing really well. Dia bisa bernyanyi dengan sangat baik. Can diikuti dengan sing. Dapat dilihat bahwa penggunaan kata can yang diikuti verb 1 dapat menunjukkan suatu kejadian di masa sekarang. Could adalah bentuk lampau dari can yang penggunaannya hampir sama namun lebih sopan. Contohnya, he could read when he was 4. Dia bisa membaca ketika dia berusia 4 tahun. Could diikuti dengan read yang artinya bisa membaca. Jadi dia bisa membaca tapi ketika dia berusia 4 tahun. Nah, kalau sekarang dia udah nggak bisa. We use will be able and not can to talk about skill that will be occur in the future. For the example, I will be able to, or can you come Saturday? Kita gunakan be able to and not can untuk berbicara tentang keterampilan yang diperoleh di masa depan. Contohnya, will you be able to? Akankah kamu bisa? Be able to dapat digunakan di berbagai waktu, yaitu masa sekarang, lampau, dan masa depan. To be is MR digunakan berdasarkan bentuk waktu, contohnya di masa sekarang. Untuk yang terjadi di masa lampau ada was or were. Dan untuk di masa depan menggunakan will. We use can be plus adjective or noun to talk about possibility. For the example, she can be very charming when she wants to be. We use be able for different grammatical forms that are not possible with can. For the example, I like being able to work at home. We use can, could, and could have in conditional sentence. We also use them in sentence with an implied condition. For the example, I can help you if you want me to. Untuk menggunakan kata can, could, and could have dalam kalimat bersyarat, kami juga menggunakannya dalam kalimat dengan kondisi tersirat. Contohnya, I can help you if you want me to.
Selanjutnya, penggunaan kata can, could, may, might, must, will, should, dan ought to. To talk about something that it is possible to do at any time, use can or may. With this use, can or may are often followed by the passive infinitive. Jadi, untuk mengatakan tentang sesuatu yang mungkin dilakukan kapan saja, menggunakan kata can atau may. Kata can atau may ini sering diikuti oleh passive infinitive. Contoh kalimat yang pertama, suitcases can or may be left in the left luggage office at the station. Yang artinya, koper bisa atau mungkin tertinggal di kantor bagasi kiri di stasiun. Contoh yang kedua, stamps can or may be bought at most shops with sell cards. Artinya, perangko dapat dibeli di banyak toko yang menjual kartu. Nah, kata can atau may ini memiliki arti yang sama, yaitu mungkin atau bisa. Perbedaannya hanya terletak pada konteks. Kata may digunakan pada konteks yang formal atau resmi, sedangkan kata can digunakan pada konteks yang informal atau santai. Next, to talk about a future possibility, use may or might. We can also use could. Jadi, untuk mengatakan tentang kemungkinan di masa depan, kita menggunakan kata may atau might. Kita juga bisa menggunakan kata could. Contohnya, the parcel may or might arrive tomorrow. Artinya, parcel mungkin akan tiba besok. Atau, I may or might see you next week. Aku mungkin melihat kamu minggu depan. May dan might di sini memiliki arti yang sama, namun tingkat kemungkinan terjadinya yang berbeda. May mengindikasikan kemungkinan terjadi 50%, sementara might tingkat kemungkinan terjadinya lebih kecil, seperti misalnya 30 atau 40%. Next, to talk about a present or future certainty. Use will plus simple or continuous infinitive. Untuk mengatakan tentang kepastian saat ini atau di masa depan, kita bisa menggunakan kata will plus simple atau continuous infinitive. Contoh dari kalimat will plus simple infinitive yaitu you can phone Sally, she'll be at home now. Kamu dapat menelpon Sally, dia akan berada di rumah sekarang. Atau I'll be there by 9 o'clock. Aku akan berada di sana pukul 9. Sedangkan contoh dari kata will plus continuous infinitive yaitu we should go now. They'll be waiting for us. Kita seharusnya pergi sekarang, mereka akan menunggu kita. Atau I'll be standing on the platform when you arrive. Aku akan berdiri di peron ketika kau tiba. Kata will di sini menegaskan kepastian. Next, to talk about the possibility in the present, use may, might, or could plus simple infinitive, usually the verb to be or continuous infinitive. Jadi, untuk mengatakan tentang kemungkinan di masa sekarang, kita bisa menggunakan kata may, might, atau could plus simple infinitive atau continuous infinitive. Contoh dari simple infinitive. Where's Tony? I don't know. He may be outside. Di manakah Tony?
Aku tidak tahu, dia mungkin berada di luar. Atau, whose is this? It could be Emma's. Milik siapa ini? Itu mungkin milik Emma. Sedangkan, contoh dari kalimat continuous infinitive, yaitu Allison's not in the office today, so she may be working at home. Allison tidak di kantor hari ini, jadi dia mungkin bekerja di rumah. Atau, I won't phone Jennifer now because she might be having a rest. Aku tidak ingin menelpon Jennifer sekarang, karena dia mungkin sedang beristirahat.
So the next material is possibility in the past. To talk about possibility in the past, use may, might, or could plus perfect infinitive, simple, or continuous. Untuk membicarakan tentang kemungkinan di masa lampau, gunakan may, might, or could. For example, like this. It's 8:30, so she might have left by now. Ini jam 8.30, jadi dia mungkin sudah pergi sekarang. The second example, I don't know why they are so late. Saya tidak tahu mengapa mereka begitu lambat. The next example is, I suppose they could have got lost. Saya kira mereka bisa tersesat. The next example is, Sue wasn't at the party last night. Sue tidak ada di pesta tadi malam. And the last example is, she might have been feeling too tired to come. Dia mungkin merasa terlalu lelah untuk datang. To make a deduction about something in the present, use must for positive deduction or cannot for negative deduction, plus simple infinitive, usually the verb to be, or continuous infinitive. For example, like this. Jan is not at home, so she must be on her way here. Jen tidak ada di rumah, jadi dia harus sedang dalam perjalanan ke sini. The second example is, the office is closed now, so she cannot be there. Kantor tersebut tutup sekarang, jadi dia tidak bisa ada di sana. The next example is, Barbara's back at work now, so she must be feeling better. Barbara kembali bekerja sekarang, jadi dia merasa lebih baik. The last example is, he cannot be driving here. He hasn't got a car. Dia tidak bisa mengemudi di sini. Dia tidak memiliki sebuah mobil. To make a deduction about something in the past, use must or cannot or couldn't plus perfect infinitive in simple or continuous. For example, like this. It's very wet outside, so it must have rained in the night. Sangat basah di luar, jadi pasti hujan malam nanti. The next example is, he cannot have forgotten about the meeting he talked to me about it only this morning. Dia tidak bisa melupakan tentang pertemuan yang dia bicarakan kepada saya tentang hal itu hanya pagi ini. The next example is, you must have been talking on the phone for a long time last night. I phoned 4 times and it was engaged. Kamu pasti telah berbicara di telepon dalam beberapa waktu yang lama tadi malam. Saya menelpon 4 kali dan itu sibuk. For the next example is, Eddie couldn't have done that robbery. He was with me the whole weekend. Eddie tidak mungkin melakukan perampokan itu. Dia bersama saya sepanjang akhir pekan. So the last material is should or ought to. We can use should or ought to present infinitive to make a sum about the present or the future, and should or ought to perfect infinitive to make assumption about the past. We use should more frequently than ought to. Kita dapat menggunakan should atau ought to present infinitive untuk membuat asumsi tentang di masa kini atau di masa depan, dan should or ought to perfect infinitive untuk membuat asumsi tentang di masa lampau. Kita menggunakan should lebih sering dibanding ought to. For example, the train got in half an hour ago. Keretanya masuk setengah jam yang lalu, jadi mereka seharusnya akan segera sampai. The next example is, the sun's been shining all day, so the sea should be quite warm now. Matahari bersinar sepanjang hari, lautan seharusnya cukup hangat sekarang. The next example is, the weather's lovely there at this time of year, so they should be having nice holiday. Cuacanya sangat indah di sana sepanjang tahun ini. Jadi mereka seharusnya menikmati liburan yang menyenangkan. And the last example is let's go and see Kathy. She ought to have finished working by now. Ayo pergi dan lihat Kathy. Dia seharusnya sudah menyelesaikan pekerjaannya sekarang.